Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be taking a look at 10 things you might have missed in the latest teaser trailer for the GTA Online's mansion update, A Safe House in the Hills. So I brought this up in my video the other day, but the first couple of seconds of the trailer are like B-roll footage of various fancy activities, golfing, yachting, etc. And then we get this shot right here. A lot of people are wondering, is this from our mansion pool? The answer to that is no. This is from the Diamond Casino and Resort rooftop pool. The very next shot, or I should say after the yachts, which I'll also talk about in a little bit, shows us getting some champagne from inside the Diamond Casino and Resort. And this has got me thinking, is this update more connected to the Diamond Casino and Resort than we think? Because these are the current updates that are going on in Grand Theft Auto Online right now. Double down on luxury at the Diamond Casino and Resort. You can also get a free master penthouse, and there's rewards in the Diamond Casino Heist finale. So it really does make you wonder if these two things are connected, and when the update arrives, is there going to be significant casino content as well? Or will the casino just be connected to the multiple mansions that we're able to own, or at least the multiple spots that we're able to own? Just something to think about right there, that there could be a connection. But anyways, getting back to the trailer, a lot of you guys were obviously interested in the 4 cars that were shown off, and I want to go over those right now. I'm just going to call them by their colors. The green car in the front, this looks like it's based most likely on either a Ferrari Daytona or a Ferrari 365 GTC4. And what's also interesting about this is it has a specific racing livery on there, and you can also see that there's sort of a racing number on the side of the door. So it looks like that's not going to be necessarily the default design. That's definitely a livery that Rockstar has chosen to put on there. This vehicle in real life is absolutely stunning. It definitely gives off some Vice City Stinger vibes, that's for sure. And if I was a betting man, I would say it's either going to be in the muscle car category or in the sports classic category. So that's our first vehicle right there, and it obviously looks like it is a 2-door vehicle as well. This next vehicle, which again I'm going to call the blue car here, looks really, really neat. It certainly looks like a supercar, and at first when I was looking at this, I thought it was actually almost like a newer car, like a Dorala Stradale. I don't know if you guys have actually heard of that brand or that vehicle in particular. It's a super fancy car, but the more I actually look at it, it seems like this could be based off of an electric Porsche concept, the Porsche Mission X, especially when we can see that clear view of the engine in the back and sort of the shape of the body from the top view. It looks more like that car than anything. So it looks like we're going to be getting at least an electric vehicle in this update, and it looks like that's going to be based on the Porsche Mission X. This would very likely be in the supercar category, and because it's fully electric, probably pretty expensive too. Now moving on to our yellow vehicle, which also looks like it has some sort of racing livery on there. This looks like it is most likely based on the Ford GT Mark IV, which was a track-only variant of the Ford GT that came out in 2023. So that vehicle looks awesome. I think it looks great in yellow. I love the big wing on the back. And I also like the livery as well. That looks super, super cool. So that's going to be another supercar, very likely. All the vehicles we've seen so far have been 2 doors, and it looks like they're all going to be pretty expensive. So again, you might want to start saving up for this DLC. And then we've got a vehicle that seems to have like the least amount of visibility. It's this orange car right here that kind of drives underneath the tree branches. Rockstar's almost like obscuring this one on purpose. And based on what we've seen so far, it looks like it could be a version of the BMW M5, the E39. So this could be another version of the Sentinel. And if that's the case, I would say this is either going in the sedan or the sports car category. And it looks like this will be a 4-door option too, especially being a BMW M5. So that right there is the 4 new vehicles that were featured in this update. So far, I'm very impressed with what Rockstar has shown off. Those look like really, really fun cars. Now we need to transition up to our mansion because there is still so much to discuss right here, and there's so many things we're able to learn just from these couple of seconds of the mansion appearing. The first thing I notice is on this balcony of the pool right here, it looks like you've got a couple of NPCs sitting in the beach chairs. I didn't even notice that, but it looks like those might be usable, at least for us, maybe possibly for only the NPCs. The other features we've seen in the past, like using the hot tub, that was featured on the yachts. Again, we'll talk about the yachts a little bit more in the future. But that was something I noticed going on, is that the beach chairs were being used. You can also see the sliding glass door opening there. Not only is that a fun feature on its own, but it also kind of brings up an important question. How are these mansions going to work? How are they going to work if multiple players own the exact same mansion? Because you can obviously see the interior of this mansion is fully generated. So how could it work if someone else's mansion is different than our mansion, or they're living in the same place that we're living in? I think it's going to function very similar to the yachts. And essentially what happens on the yachts is you have like this safe zone bubble around you. And this allows you to be out in the open, but on one of your properties, but without fear of someone just dropping like a nuke on you or just raining down missiles from a helicopter. That would obviously be unrealistic and not very fun. So I think that's how they're going to function. I think they're going to work like the yachts. And that's why I said I was going to bring up the yachts. And also maybe Rockstar, that's why they showed off the yachts in the very first part of the trailer, because that does seem kind of random. So if we go back to it right here, again, you can see how they showed off the yachts. What does that have anything to do with this update? Unless, of course, there's some sort of mission attached to it. But I feel like they showed us this on purpose because it gives us an idea of how this is going to work. And they're showing us the yacht from the top down, which features like the missile defense systems. You can see there on the left-hand corner. So it kind of makes you wonder if they did that on purpose, hinting at that's how things were going to work. Now, I also want to show you guys this very quickly. These mansions are very similar to Devon Weston's. In fact, we can actually put Devon Weston's mansion in the exact same spot, and you can pretty much see that it's the exact same house on the exact same piece of land. Now, Rockstar is going to make a few updates to the terrain so that the houses look a little bit more natural, but it's basically Devon Weston's house with a few add-ons. I don't know if that's going to be disappointing to some. It's a little bit disappointing to me, that's for sure, only because there were so many opportunities for our characters to be able to own some beautiful homes in Los Santos and San Andreas. But it looks like we're only going to get, obviously, the 2 construction site locations and very likely Devon Weston's house to purchase it. It just is disappointing that Devon Weston's house will look pretty much identical to the mansions that we will be buying. Now, there's also some Easter eggs attached to the name of this update too. As you guys know, it's called Grand Theft Auto Online, a safe house in the hills. This is actually kind of a play on words to another GTA mission featured in San Andreas, a home in the hills. If you guys did not play GTA San Andreas, that's one of the missions in that game. And the name and logo of the upcoming A Safe House in the Hills update for GTA Online appears to reference the 1993 film A House in the Hills, starring the late Michael Madsen, who voiced Tony Cipriani in GTA 3. So leave it to Rockstar to just put out some amazing Easter eggs and references, not only with the name of the update, but with the teaser trailer itself, the way the update logo actually looks. I found that to be a cool little reference right there. And the last thing I want to bring up is kind of an interesting thing that Rockstar is going to have to do here. The fact that they've changed this landscape and they're adding all these mansions to various parts of the world, that could have like a butterfly effect on things that are already in the game. Like, for example, there is a heist mission called Prison Break Wetwork Mansion Team, where you actually meet in the exact spot of where this mansion is. So how is that going to work, and what is Rockstar going to do? Are they going to have to move the mission to somewhere else? That's exactly what Insider TezFunds2 said. He said either 1, not load the mansions during the mission, or 2, a hard-coded fix to move the Corona and spawn points away a bit further. So I guess there is a workaround here, but I just find it fascinating that these new missions are going to cause a couple of logistical problems. But anyways, that is all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy, and that right there is about 10 or so things in the Mansions teaser trailer that you might not have noticed and you might have missed about the new property itself, about the cars that'll be arriving, and a whole lot more. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.